Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Ted.
And welcome back to Awesome Quest.
Yeah, we have to pick up because it's not even been 24 hours and I've basically forgotten the controls.
Here we go, baby.
Killing Fleeman.
Fleeman. Why are they called Fleeman?
I don't know, they just... I remember that's what the Game Grumps called them, yeah, and I think that's the reason. Because I've watched their Castlevania playthroughs, almost all of them. Because they're fun to watch. And I shall die. I shall start the episode by dying.
That is okay.
Yeah.
I hope the microphone is not picking up the carbonation from this Diet Coke. Because I just realized I can hear it bubbling.
Oh, I did bad on that. I did that way too early.
Would you have been able to run under it?
Oh, you're probably right. I probably could have.
Did I find a secret?
Possibly, but it's probably not a secret. I have to remember not to break these because most of those are...
the other thing.
Yeah. And of course, chicken.
Chicken!
Are your parents gonna think you want chicken for dinner?
Maybe. I mean, I'd love that because I think that'd be hilarious because, what I've been eating lately is, like, super high-fat stuff and then, like, chicken to kind of, like, balance out the proteins that I need to make sure I still get in.
I'm kind of wasting charges of this. There we go. I don't know if this is gonna work.
I hope it does.
No.
I mean, it was a smart plan, though.
Yeah.
It was a smart plan.
It doesn't stop either of them. But hey, it was worth a shot.
It was, and it was clever. So, as I told you before we started recording, one of my...
Don't even need that chicken right there.
Nah, but might as well take it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite... I'll say recent anime, despite the fact that I think it came out, like, within the past 3 years.
I believe the light novel was from around 2012, the first volume.
I think... I've got it right here. Hold on. What am I doing? I could literally check. Oh god, where do I put the Coke so it doesn't spill? Okay, I'm just gonna grow a third arm.
You guys can't see it, but that's pretty gross.
It's pretty violent. As I barf a little bit.
Oh man, that Fleeman does more damage than running into fucking Frankenstein does.
Yes, 2012 was when it was originally published, and
nice.
It was published through this publishing agent in 2016. But the anime itself, I think, came out in 2017 or 2018, and that is
didn't they announce a 4th season recently?
I know, I'm so excited!
I actually haven't kept up. I've only watched the first season.
I have the entire thing if you want to
yeah.
If you want to watch. Or
sometime.
I could loan you my Funimation.com account information, and you can just... I probably shouldn't be saying this on air.
No, yeah.
Fuck it. But I can loan that account information to you so you can check it out.
How do you think Dracula from the Castlevania series would do in the world of Overlord? God, that Fleeman is fucking the worst.
It depends on how actually powerful Dracula is compared to Ainz.
That was close. Let's look at it this way. His entire castle is the reason he exists, and it's literally tied to an alternate dimension that you have to access in order to destroy it from the inside out. But you have to be in the castle, go through the castle once, go through it in a reverse distortion world, and then get into a different dimension that's not even hell like you think it would be, and then destroy the keystone in that dimension, which might as well be, like, it's ridiculous levels of bullshit, his resurrective immortality.
So, Ainz level crazy.
Yeah, like, I'd say Solomon from Fate Grand Order level's crazy, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only reason... So, the cool thing... I think the really cool thing... The thing I like the most about Overlord is the fact that
Damn, that Fleeman does so much more damage than...
Oh my god!
He does like 4 pips of damage when you run into him. He's a bigger threat than Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, he is. But kind of the reason behind Ainz is, well, the actual character's name is Momonga, but he changes his name to Ainz.
As a symbolic gesture kind of thing.
Yeah. But the whole reason Ainz is, like, so horribly overpowered...
is because he's a player character and he's max level, right?
Yes. But
he's not even spec'd for PvP, he's more of a roleplay character, I thought.
Well, kind of.
Which makes him kind of a jack of all trades in that regard, though, doesn't it?
Well, except, in the book, it describes it a little bit better. He's built for, like, the use of... I think the words they used were, utility and support spells. So, like, a lot of his spells have to do with summoning undead and necromancy and this, that, and this, that, and this, that. He doesn't have a lot of offensive spells. But
in terms
he got teleported to a world where everyone else is essentially just an NPC.
Yeah.
So, like, nobody is on his level except, like, the servants that he has in the castle and these...
in the Tomb of Nazareth.
And these, I think they're called world items, which can actually change the world itself.
Yeah.
But, my favorite part about, Momonga or Ainz is that, he's the first time that I can recall that we've had a protagonist in an isekai anime that wasn't, like, just a human character.
Yeah.
He's an Elder Lich spec'd into what was called, like, the Overlord class.
Yeah, I was trying to think of other...
is called Overlord.
I was trying to think of other examples, but I couldn't. So yeah, I think you might be right.
But
there is one series that's an isekai that's particularly offensive to me.
Oh yeah? Is it Sword Art Online?
No, well, yes, but it's called, Re-Monster.
I think I've heard
It's bad. I don't know the writing qualities. I know that there are some really questionable morality, like, it's like, the main character uses, like, a love potion to get these women to be like, no, I don't want to have sex with you or have your children, then they're like, oh yeah, I loved that, and now they're all of a sudden his wife, and I'm like...
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, so I can't...
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Like,
I'm okay with an Elder Lich sorcerer just power tripping through the world, because he's not even that bad, and he is... They do show
and the
kind of
himself,
change that he goes through mentally.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about, is the second, like, he's actually in the world, he's, like, he's, like, confronted by the sudden realization that, like, oh my gosh, my thoughts aren't, like, normal anymore.
God, that stupid...
Like, the way, like, they show it better in the anime than in the book, in my opinion. At least so far. I'm only a couple chapters into the book. But the way they demonstrate that is, like, every time he has a thought, or anytime he gets stressed, there's, like, a healing aura around him, and then suddenly his thoughts are calm. And that's because, like, well, you're an Elder Lich. You don't have to worry about these little things, because... You're basically, you're a level of undead that means you don't have to care about, like, physical intimacy. Which is, like, one of the things that happens early on, is to test, like, granted, in his head, he's like, I'm testing the game's parameters by grabbing this lady's boob. But, in, like, right after he's like, God, this was such a weird decision to make, but at the same time, right afterwards, he goes... The normal game would have never allowed somebody to do this. Like, he instantly switches back into, like, an analytical mode. And I think that's why I really like...
Yeah!
Yeah! Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah! Oh, yeah, that was kind of exhilarating.
I knew you could do it! I think you just needed me distracting you.
Because it's actually an interesting topic.
It is, like, it's the same reason I love The Rise of Shield Hero, which is...
It's not bog standard isekai.
It's not a bog standard isekai, like...
On a moment. And of course they start you off with fucking Fleeman in this new level.
Fleeman just sprinting at you. But The Rising of Shield Hero, perfect example of, like, anime that's, like... well, an isekai, excuse me. An isekai that doesn't follow standard isekai rules. Because, first off, this dude has no idea about anything to do with this world, unlike Sword Art Online, where
he was a beta tester.
Kirito literally ran in knowing a lot of stuff. This guy has no knowledge of this world, and in the first episode...
Or of its political climate, or of the ramifications of being summoned as the shield hero, which is not seen favorably by the bulk majority of the human population.
Yep, and...
Oh, dang it, though.
Nah, that's okay.
Well, I feel like the holy water would have been better, actually, but...
Yeah. But, like, in the first episode, he is falsely accused of rape, and, like, sent out on his own without weapons and gear. Like, the main hero is now considered the villain throughout most of the kingdom. And by doing that, he is no longer like your typical shonen protagonist where he's earnest and kind. No, this guy...
He's angry and jaded.
He's angry, jaded, he doesn't trust anybody. He literally, his first party member that he accepts started out as a slave because he couldn't, like, he literally couldn't trust anyone who wasn't,
nice.
who wasn't bound to him that way.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, it's so fascinating.
Of course, they had to put fucking Fleaman in at the same time as these night guys.
But yeah, oh, they throw up and down. Oh god, that's fucking, that's cruel. Oh, you despawned him. Nice.
It's Castlevania though, so I shouldn't expect kindness and mercy.
Yeah.
In my Castlevania game,
but
it's not nearly as likely as you think.
I will say, as Rise of Shield Hero has gone on, he has become more of the earnest hero, which kind of disappointed me. And when I say kind of an earnest hero, he's still not, like... he's still not a nice dude.
He's
like,
pragmatic and willing to do some morally dubious things to get the job done.
Like, everyone in his party realizes that he's actually, like, a really cool dude. He just, like, puts on this farce because he knows... Like, he can't trust everyone.
Oh, man.
Like, a good example is literally he wandered into a situation, and afterwards, like, his main partner, Raftalia, rolled her eyes. She was literally like, I know you're putting on a face. Though he does. He's, like, a really good example of the shit he kind of pulls on purpose to make himself look bad is, the shield hero is designed for support, defense, and healing. So he runs around, makes potions, and sells them for a profit at various towns. Like, he doesn't give them discounts.
Yeah.
And often he heals them and then charges them so they can't back out of the cost. Like, he's not a good guy. And I appreciate that because I'm so sick, especially in isekai, because I love the isekai genre. The whole, like, in another world kind of genre. That's just a cool genre to me. I know it's not looked high upon in the anime community because it's so high in tropes anymore. But like I hate the you're trapped in a game and if you die in the game you die in real life. I hate that trope. Which is why I love Rise of Shield Hero, because like characters have died and they brought them back. What's another good isekai? God, I'd have to bring up my Funimation history. God knows I don't have the CPU power to be running Audacity and like Funimation history simultaneously. We're gonna start losing audio if I do that.
Oh, dang.
Oh, you can drop through the floor?
Yeah.
Oh, this one is so cruel.
The placement is, yeah. Because then he's gonna go...
Because you can't duck.
No, that didn't kill it either. I was hoping it would've. It can't duck at the stairs, yeah.
Yeah, oh my god, that is just mean.
And he kind of spawns at the halfway point, god. And unfortunately, I don't know where any...
Wall chicken is in this one?
Yeah.
Neither do I.
Clearly not there, and I got the axe now, so that doesn't really
At least these bony guys just chase you.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, barfing up bones. I love their little...
Oh.
What are those?
I don't... Oh. Bullshit.
But yeah, like...
And they have a Fleeman there just to pester you a little bit extra.
Nice job despawning him, though.
Well...
That seems to be the easiest way to beat those guys. Nice.
Jeez, the system.
You might as well, man. But yeah, I love Overlord. I love the fact that... Okay, so I like Isekai because usually the main guy is overpowered. And that's like... Everyone loves a good power trip story. I personally love them probably a little bit too much, but I don't care. Overlord in particular is super fun because, like, at one point you're introduced to Sir Gazef, who is, like, this kingdom, the Riestes kingdom's strongest knight. And, like, late in the series, he gets to hold, like, his particular weapon. Like, this is a legendary weapon, blah, blah, blah. And literally in that scene, Ainz goes, this sword has the equivalent stats of this little pocket knife that I literally just magicked into my hand just now.
Yeah.
And then he scratches himself on the face and it instantly heals. And he's like, are you still sure you want to do this? And I'm just like, alright. Ainz is cool. I love Ainz.
And he actually respects Gazef enough to make it so there's no chance for resurrection.
Yeah.
Which is something he wouldn't have wanted.
That's the other thing, is he's just like, despite the fact that he's a quote-unquote morally dubious character, and the reason I say that is because he specifically... So, in the series, he acts morally dubious because he's not sure what his subordinates will think of him if he doesn't act morally dubious.
Shit, fucking...
Jeez, that is cruel too.
I don't know where any fucking...
Wall chicken is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're save scumming it though, right? Wall chicken!
I have a feeling I'm gonna want the holy water, though. Yeah, I know why I want the holy water. You know where this is, don't you? Death.
Oh.
So, I really want that holy water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad start already.
That's okay.
We'll get this perfect someday.
It takes us a while to get used to everything
to a new
again.
level, yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I picked up the light novels a while ago. And by picked up, I mean I found the first 3 at my local Barnes & Noble, and then I was like...
God, Skeleman.
And then I started reading the first one today, finally. I started reading it. Or, was it today or was it last night? It was last night. As I was reading it, I was like, alright, you know what? I have a Barnes & Noble gift card. I'm just gonna go onto their, online store, and I'm gonna pick up the next 2, so I have up to 5 now.
Goodness gracious, I just wish that there was a little bit less inopportune enemy placement.
Yeah.
Why did I get the pocket watch instead of the... Oh,
no, you have the holy water now, so the skeleton dropped the pocket watch. Oh, that was close.
Well, I mean, I can't die from this drop.
Well, no. Like, you jumped in to attack, and a bone missed you by maybe a pixel. I was like...
It was a calculated risk, and this time my math paid off, because normally I'm not good at math.
Neither am I. I just remembered an ongoing joke we did yesterday that lasted way too long, but I found super funny.
Which one?
Oh, Dad, don't
right.
worry! Everything's going to be okay!
Oh, I forgot about that. Get him.
Okay, so guys, we are going to have to call this episode here.
Bye.
But we will see you in the next one. See you later. Bye.